Amazing what new dark states support can actually do to the market. Make sure you guys smash the little crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more Oz content. So Selfish Engraver has been a pretty big topic of discussion for the new Dark States deck for the manga, and honestly, I think this has been kind of a cool little thing to see. Now, I mean, what makes this card even worth looking at is when its attack hits, you soul charge 1. At the end of the battle, if your soul is 10 or more, you put this into the soul and then counter charge 1. This was the OG original, like, counter charge. But I mean, it's a grade 2 on a 10k that provides you with, like, soul charging capabilities. I really do think that this card is really, really strong for what, you know, you're trying to work with this. They've done a good job here trying to provide you with, like, necessary tools to actually, you know, make this a little bit better. Same thing out here with the demonic lady Orions. These are $18 a piece. You know, there was a time, not even a while back, where this card was dropping down to the lowest point I had ever seen. I think I ended up selling some of these at $3 a piece. And, you know, the reason for this was like Spike Brothers was the only deck that was even batting an eye at this card. Everybody else was not even really wanting to give this an opportunity. And then all of a sudden, you know, we get this new support announced and it goes straight into orbit. Now, I mean, in terms of your sales data for this, I mean, is it holding up? I mean, yeah, of course it is. You can see where, you know, the bunketing happened on 12/9. But also, luckily enough, we have the alternative available. The problem is your famed lady Demonic Orions here is also now a $10 card. I believe that out of Koro Koro, I mean, I gotta check this anyway. It's been a hot second. Elementarias are still $400. That's crazy, man. I cannot imagine wanting to pay some of these prices for some of these cards. The Forbid Doll does look nice, but I mean, they've kind of repopulated. Your Teeth Vaults are, I mean, we're getting the free run one. I'm not necessarily like too crazy about that. I do see that the one actual Gamer Exorcist has left the market, which is kind of crazy to think about. The Philanderers have not existed in a very long time. Boxes have actually tanked down to $39 a piece, which is kind of crazy. The Gamer Exorcist, these are 29s now. The OTs for blue are $29. I mean, they're so far in between, it's nuts. This was your other Orions, the Yamazaki. I mean, this art's pretty bad, but the famed, she did get 2 reprints. So, I mean, like, you do have multiple versions of them, you know, kind of available within the market. And I see our Suinas are still kind of coming along. Your zombies are 20s. They did repopulate, which is good. Just, once again, I mean, like, the cyclers are still doing the standard things that you would expect them to. Gao and Drum, I mean, it just, they're nicer looking cards for what they are, just so that people can say, hey, you know, they're the luxury items within the market. They're not things that you necessarily have to have in order to compete within the market. It's just, I wanted to make my deck look very nice. You can see your Wisdom of the Brave, you know, doing very, very strongly there. But yeah, everything is kind of coming together, to say the least. Also, some of these triggers also have a little bit of value, to say the least. So I don't know, man. I'm not surprised to see how things are going, to say the least. Now, of course, Levy Dross. Keep in mind, we just got some new Levy Dross support. I'm a little bit curious to, you know, see how this is going to hold up. Because, I mean, this card kind of exited out of the meta pretty abruptly. Looks like 240s, $80 now. This is kind of crazy. These are $90 now for the DSRs. 60s, 26s. I don't know, man. I can't really say that, you know, looking at Vanguard as a whole has been, you know, crazy. Does DSR actually just pop up? Of course it doesn't. Well, what is the classification of DSR? You've also got the Koro Koro Dress Secret Rare. Well, I mean, when you get Dress, I mean, I guess these are 300s now. Wow. These are holding still. These are 188s. Vargas are down to 370s. That's crazy. Nirvana Javas are 300s. Surprised to see those are actually on the market. A lot of these are very, very cheap now. I mean, to be fair, I mean, this is what Infinite Power Creep does. The Youthbergs are $36. I think that might... Some of these might be some of the cheapest DSRs I have seen on the market. Like, it's actually kind of crazy. See that? Wow. The Rotting Little Soupy Boy. These are $7 whole a piece. And then you go on up to 2 to 3s. I mean, definitely got some value within these long term. Future Card Buddy Fight. Cases are down to $9.85. Wow. Kioyas are 5s. These are 250s. The flags are down to 2s. These flags have been dropping pretty rapidly, and they're actually popping up on the market way more. I'd be a little bit wary of where those are going to go. Also, some of these Buddy Fight decks have problems with the some of the meta. Obviously, they're going to make a wave 2 to this. I can't imagine that they wouldn't. But from what you're seeing here, boxes are still $40, and they went up from 30 because I think they actually like bottomed out. These are 15s now. 15s on the damage controls, 15s on the halls for these. It's $12 now for damage controls, period, which is freaking crazy to think about that these have reached that point. These are still $8. I'm not surprised about that, honestly. Pizarros are still holding at 8s. Hollows for these are also like $4. But I mean, like, the most expensive cards in this set are really just cards that you want to play in the Dragonine deck. And I mean, you do have some overlap for a couple of things, but it's a little bit in between. Ultimate Buddies, the next one, like between this and damage control, like you are seeing some pretty interesting fluctuations rotating between these. Buddy Charge is also still holding at $5. If we do get a set 2 for this, which once again, I am like pretty sure we're gonna see a set 2 for this. I can't not imagine that they would want to push this around to get us some extra love out here. But I mean, these are still 3s. It just comes down to like the hollow triggers are the ones that tend to be worth something. Love Song Flower Maiden Lilias. These don't exist. The last ones for these were literally wiped off the market at $53 a piece. I think I have 3 of these because I loved this art. And they were very, very cheap. But in terms of what's available for these Secret Rares, look, I'm the only one on the market with Ethereal Flowers, and I have 3 of them. And, you know, this is your roaming prison dragon. So it's not like people are going to lose their minds too much to pick those up. Win Condition has the Allurings. I've not seen any Maiden Dancings in a hot second. The Cuddlies are 170s. The Bulbul Mine, I've not seen these on the market in a hot second. The last one sold for $150 for this, which is crazy to think about long term. These have been pretty alright. These dropped down. There was a time where this was one of the most popular cards on the alternate art market. Kodamas, which, I mean, they tanked down. Averells have been 50s for a little while. I was picking up a couple of them just to have, because I was like, if I ever want to play, you know, any of the funnier decks. $48 on the Divine Knight. The Challenge of Great Achievement, these are 76s. Which one are you the replacement for? You're the Meteor Flare Dragon. These are like $40. This card's really cool, though. I will give them some credit on that one, but none have sold in a very long time. And then, of course, your Inventor of Stragmus, also kind of cheap. But I mean, like, your takeaway here in this sector is there's a lot of little interesting things moving back here. It's going to depend on, you know, where the market's going to go, with some of these other bits and pieces just to kind of make up, you know, some sort of little takeaways from this. So I don't know, I'm kind of curious. We'll see where the market's going to go with some of these very interesting, nice cards. But please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. See your beautiful faces back here today, guys. Thanks for watching today's video. Check out tradingcardmint.com down below in the description. Enter MCool40 on checkout. Save a little bit of money on your purchase. Check out mcoolgames.com if you're interested in getting some cool play mats and single trading cards as well. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Turn on those notifications so you don't miss one of our videos. Thanks for watching.